The forest was quiet. Too quiet. Evan walked slowly between the trees, his boots touching dry leaves. He did not know how he got there. He only knew one thing. He was lost. Then he saw it. A stone stood in the middle of a small clearing. It was old, gray, and cracked. In the center of the stone, there was a sword. The blade was silver. The handle was dark blue. It looked clean, not old. Evan stepped closer. "This is not real," he said softly. He touched the handle. "Haroebang. Furozu." He looked around. No one was there. "Hello," the voice said again. "Please listen." The voice came from the sword. Evan pulled his hand back. His heart beat fast. "You can hear me," the sword said. "Good." Evan stared at it. You are talking." "Yes," the sword replied. "I am talking." The words were clear, simple, slow. Evan took a deep breath. "What are you?" "I am a sword," it said. "And you are lost." Evan looked around again. The trees looked the same in every direction. "Yes," he said. "I am lost." "Then you need help," the sword said. "Take me." Evan hesitated. The forest felt colder now. The silence felt heavy. Slowly, he closed his hand around the handle and pulled. The sword came out, and the forest seemed to wake up. Evan held the sword in front of him. His hands were shaking. "You can put me down," the sword said calmly. Evan placed the tip of the blade on the ground. "Do you understand me?" the sword asked. "Yes," Evan said. "I think so." "Good," the sword replied. "I will speak slowly." Evan nodded. "My words are simple," the sword continued. "Listen. Learn." Evan frowned. "Learn what?" "English," the sword said. Evan blinked. "English?" "Yes," the sword replied. "I only speak English." Evan sighed. "That's not great." The sword paused. "But you understand me now?" "Yes," Evan said. "A little." "That is enough," the sword said. For now, a sound came from the trees. A branch moved. Evan looked around. "Do not panic," the sword said. "Stay calm." Evan took a breath. "Good," the sword said. "You listen well?" Evan looked at the blade. "Why are you helping me?" "Because you took me," the sword answered. "And because you need to leave this forest." Evan looked at the dark path ahead. "How?" he asked. The sword lifted slightly in his hand. "Follow my words," it said. "Step by step." "First lesson," the sword said. "Simple words." Evan walked slowly. "Stop," the sword said. Evan stopped. "Good," the sword said. "Go." Evan walked again. "Look," the sword said. Evan looked ahead. The path was narrow. Roots crossed the ground. "Listen," the sword said. Evan listened. He heard wind, leaves, a bird. "Very good," the sword said. "You understand?" They continued. "Left," the sword said. Evan turned left. "Right?" the sword said. He turned right. Evan smiled. "This is easy." "Yes," the sword said. "Easy is good." A shadow moved fast. "Stop," the sword said. Evan stopped at once. A wild animal ran across the path. "You see," the sword said, "words protect you." Evan nodded. They reached the edge of the forest. Light appeared between the trees. "Go," the sword said. Evan walked forward. For the first time, he felt safe. "Next lesson soon," the sword said. Evan looked ahead, unaware that the forest was not the most dangerous place he would face. The forest ended near a small village. Houses stood close together. Smoke rose from chimneys. "Be careful," the sword said. "Watch." Evan walked slowly. 2 men stood near the road. "Stop," the sword whispered. Evan stopped. "They are watching you," the sword said. Evan swallowed. "What do I do?" "Listen," the sword said. Walk. Slow. Evan walked slowly past them. One man spoke, but Evan did not understand. Do not answer, the sword said. They passed safely. Evan exhaled. Well done, the sword said. They reached a bridge. Cross, the sword said. Evan stepped onto it. The wood creaked. Careful, the sword said. Evan crossed without running. On the other side, the road opened wide. That was your mission, the sword said. Evan smiled. I did it. Yes, the sword replied. You listened, but mistakes were coming. They walked for a long time. Run, the sword said suddenly. Evan froze. Run, where? Run forward, the sword said. Evan ran, but he tripped. He fell hard. That was wrong, the sword said. Evan groaned. You said run? Yes, the sword replied, but you did not look. Evan stood up. Look first, the sword said.
Yeah.
Then run, they continued. Jump, the sword said. Evan jumped too early and fell again. Not yet, the sword said. Evan laughed nervously. I'm bad at this. No, the sword said. You are learning. They reached a hill. Slow, the sword said. Evan walked slowly. Good, the sword said. Now you understand, Slow. Evan nodded. Mistakes became lessons, and lessons became meaning. A scream echoed. Evan turned. Enemy, the sword said. A dark figure ran toward them. Back, the sword said. Evan stepped back. Hold, the sword said. Evan held the sword tight. Strike, the sword said. Evan moved the blade forward. The figure stopped. Again, the sword said. Evan struck again. The enemy fell and ran away. Evan breathed hard. Good, the sword said. Very good. Evan's hands shook. They don't wait, the sword said. You must listen fast. Evan nodded. The road ahead felt heavier now. They walked in silence. Evan noticed something strange. He understood the sword before thinking. Turn left, the sword said. Evan turned left without pause. Stop, it said. He stopped. You are thinking in English now, the sword said. Evan smiled. I think you're right. The words felt natural. Good progress, the sword said. Evan felt stronger and more confident. A gate stood ahead. Guards watched closely. You must listen, the sword said. No mistakes. Evan nodded. Walk, the sword said. He walked. Stop, it said. He stopped. Speak, the sword said. Evan opened his mouth. Hello, Evan said. The guard nodded. Go, the sword whispered. Evan passed through. Behind the gate, Evan laughed quietly. You trusted me, the sword said. Yes, Evan replied. Completely. They rested near a river. You are learning fast, the sword said. Evan looked at the water. I feel different, he said. You listen, the sword said. You act. Evan smiled. I'm not afraid anymore. Good, the sword replied. The journey felt lighter now. The road split in two. One path is easy, the sword said. One is not. Evan looked at both. What do you choose? The sword asked. Evan smiled. I choose to keep learning, he said. The sword glowed softly. Then we walk together, it said.